Hey y'all, these are the videos that I made this week, and I just put it in one whole video so you guys could sit back and enjoy it, except for stopping and clicking back and this and that. Enjoy the video with no interruptions. Thank you for watching. Apparently there is some tension between the two sisters, Nicki Minaj and Ming. Ming been saying for a while she been wanting to get in the game by herself and she didn't really want the help of her sister. And at the same time, Nicki Minaj says she is not going to help her sister. She want her to find her way like how she had to. So that seemed like an agreement on both ends, right? Well, here's a clip of me in the interview speaking about her sister, and Nicki Minaj seemed like she is not here for it.
It was kind of hard, and I used to be bullied a lot for it because people used to say like, oh, if this person was your sister, why did she do this for you? Why did she do that for you? And it's like, at a young age, it's like, you don't know how to answer questions like those. I never needed her to help me get to my goal. I just needed her to see that I can do it and she can be proud of me without having to think that I needed to have an easy way to get to the top.
Is that important to you to feel that sense of independence to do it yourself?
It really is important to me. I used to have this urge of just trying to like impress my sister. I'm not gonna lie, I always had this urge to impress her because anybody else I wouldn't give a about.
So what's your current relationship with Nicki?
We was never close. She was like always like busy. She be busy and stuff like that. I be doing my too. Like, even though people do think that like we are not cool, we're gonna argue. I'm not gonna lie. Me, like my sister do be getting mad at me. But this is nothing new. Like, siblings don't fight.
What you be doing, man?
I was gonna say, why?
Listen, bro.
Why do you think?
Listen, bro.
Why do you be making her mad?
Niggas just Ming, bro. Respectfully, I'm not even gonna lie. I be getting everyone tight, bro.
People were saying that y'all look just alike. Do you think you guys look like twins?
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, wait.
Do the face. Let me see you. Let me see you do a face. Let me see you do the face. Hey! And so for the people that don't know, you and Nicki Minaj are half sisters through your father, correct?
Yeah, through my father, exactly. We have the same dad. She was a good sister. Like, she did check up on me, my dad, from time to time. Like, she always made sure that we was, like, you know, at least good situated in a way. Like, it doesn't matter if she was distant or not. She was still, like, you know, being there. She was still making sure that we was all good. Like, I don't have no hate towards her. And if people think that I do, that's y'all problem, not mine.
Do you think that like Nicki may be trying to protect you from like the bad side of the music industry?
My sister always wanted to like let me know that people are really dirty in the music industry.
Right.
It's always family at the end of the day. No matter how much we argue, fight, it got nothing to do with anyone else but us. We still gonna be family.
Persons speak on a person they love. Why would a person speak openly about a private person? Why would a person do that? Who would you speak about in your interviews if someone wanted to interview you? Yourself, right? It's always a bad sign if a person who's not even in your line of work is doing interviews. I think y'all think talent, like you could catch it like a cold, or maybe people could pass it through the genes. Even with blood relation, what God has given to me is mine. You have to go and get your own. You have to discover whatever it is that you're great at. Being a mooch and a clown don't run in my DNA.
49-year-old rapper Nelly was arrested in Maryland Heights for X possessions, if you know what I mean, the pill. Yeah. And for not having insurance on his car. He was taken into custody on Wednesday at 4:45 in the morning. The police found 4 pills of X in his car. Now, we all know it's nothing new with Nelly being arrested, but this time it's like, okay, you are with Ashanti. Why are you taking X pills And your wife, well, your girlfriend, soon to be wife, Ashanti, just had her baby. She ain't having no type of sex soon. So what you need the pills for, Nelly? Poor Ashanti, I know this is the last thing that she needs right now. She just had a baby. Like, come on, Nelly, get it together. You are too old for this. 49 years old and you still doing this. He did look devastated in his mugshot. Like, I ain't gonna lie. When I see how red his eyes, he was probably high out of his mind. I don't know, but it looked like he was upset at the same time. So it looks like it's a little remorse up in him. So just figure it out, please. Like, maybe this was a last straw for Ashanti. Maybe she told him, like, look, if you're gonna be with me and this child, you're gonna have to act right. And maybe he's like, damn, she gonna leave me now. I don't know. I'm just making up a story in my head on how this is going, because it's just like, come on, Nelly. Everything was going so good with you and Ashanti. Do not mess this up, please. Tell me how y'all feel about this. Do you think Nelly need to get it together? Like, come on, dude. You in jail because of X and you not having insurance on your car. All the money you get and you tell me you don't have insurance. Get it together. Anyway, tell me how y'all feel about this down below. Chrisean Rock faces 8 years in prison. Let's talk about it, y'all. He is currently being held at the Northeast Oklahoma Community Correction Center. She is being charged with controlled dangerous substance and possession of CDS, and each charge carries a potential 4-year sentence. This all happened in June when she was arrested at Blueface court hearing in Los Angeles. She was indicted back to Oklahoma because she had a warrant out for her arrest back in 2022. This is real sad news, not for her, but for the baby, because she was the sole taker for that baby. And now that she is locked up and seeing how her family is acting, not wanting to help out with the baby, and one of her good friends had to step up and take care of the baby. I don't know the back ends of it all. Maybe some of her family members are trying to step up and take care of the baby. I don't really know. I need to do some more research on that. But just from what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, how Blueface parents didn't want to step up and take care of the baby. At the moment when she was arrested, like, nobody spoke up, stood up and say, I will take the baby. Nobody. And that is sad. That is so sad. Hopefully the judge would take it easy on her so she can hurry up and get back home to her baby. And the sad part is both of his parents are locked up. And like I said, I don't feel bad for her. Yes, she deserves the consequences for her actions. It's just the baby that I'm thinking about. This baby deserves at least one parent. Hopefully this teaches both of them a lesson that your actions can affect your children. All of this living life recklessly, like, was it even worth it? But if the judge do take it easy on her and just give her probation and she will have to stay in Oklahoma, you think that she will actually stay in Oklahoma if Blueface is out in LA? We all know how obsessive she is over this man. But it's like, okay, if this happens, will she follow suit? And let's say if she has to stay in jail and do the 4 or 8 years, will Blueface hold her down like she was holding him down? And will he take over and take care of his baby? This whole situation is so sad and unfortunate for this child. But tell me how y'all feel about this down below. If you do not know, Silky Anna and Dr. Umar met up in Miami and did a little video clip right here. And Ray J wasn't too fond of it. So Ray J got into Dr. Umar's DMs. He said, Silky is my girl. Stand down, fam. Dr. Umar replied and said, good brother, I don't take orders from men. You do you, I'm going to do me. With that being said, we can leave it right there, bruh. Dr. Umar Messy Self posted the whole DM on his Instagram page, and a lot of people had something to say about it. And this comment right here really did it for me. Beefing over prostitutes is crazy business, Ray J. Like, who said Suki was a damn prostitute? She probably is. I don't know too much about this lady. But yeah, Suki and Ray J, they do have history. Back in February, he took Suki on a little shopping spree. And so, yeah, they got some history. So maybe there is something going on between them two because, everything ain't for free. Well, moving on, TMZ had just reported that Cardi B have filed for divorce and that cheating was not the cause of the separation. But my thing is, could have been the leading cause of the separation because we all know that Offset had a couple of affairs on Cardi B. But after the announcement of her separation with her husband, she had announced that she is pregnant, even though there was no surprise here. But yeah, she had announced she was pregnant and she had left this status underneath her post. With every ending comes a new beginning. I am so grateful to have shared the season with you. You have brought me more love, more life, and most of all, renewed my power. Reminded me that I can have it all. You reminded me that I never have to choose between life, love, and my passion. I love you so much, and I cannot wait for you to witness what you helped me accomplish, what you pushed me to do. It's so much easier taking life twists, turns, and tests laying down. But you, your brother, and your sister have shown me why it's worth it to push through. To me, that status was basically saying this baby gave her the courage to move on with her life and don't be stuck in a situation she don't have to be in. And to know when you're loved, you will feel that love. Kudos to Cardi for taking the steps to get out of a toxic marriage because nobody deserved to feel unloved. Nobody. Wealthy, broke, whatever. Everybody wants to feel love. So miss me with the mess on, trying to throw shade at her when she's already down. Like, come on, y'all, give grace. Give grace. And I'm not even a Cardi fan. So let's give this lady grace and let her process this new thing that her and her family is going to face. And let's move on. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. Hey y'all, I have just watched the interview with Funky Dineva on Carlos King, and let me tell you, the tea and knowledge that was given was everything. I advise you guys to watch the interview. It was some really good conversation in there. And the upbringing of Funky and how he became the person that he is, like, it was all in there and it was very entertaining. But I'm going to give you guys the highlights of the things that stuck out to me. About the TGIF whole messiness and situation. Yeah, Funky, he got into depth with that. So I'm going to show you a clip on that.
What she is, I would like to see Armand mature a little bit so he can really get everything that the universe has for him. And I'll say it on camera because I'll say it to his face. Armand, you do need to grow up a little bit. You need to grow up a lot of bit. And I think once he grows up a little bit and matures, I think that the universe is definitely going to open up and give him all the things that he deserves.
Why do you think he needs to grow up? In what aspect have you seen that made you say that?
Just from an older person once being young. You know what I'm saying? It's not one particular thing or another. It's just there's just a small, from my perspective, it's just a small maturity factor that is missing. Coupled with obviously some things that I know that kind of transpired in the background with Fox Soul and all that type of stuff. There's just a maturity piece there. And this is not a read or not to be messy, but
no.
Armand, and I'm telling you, it's kind of like, granted, we don't have a big brother, little brother relationship, but if I could be in this space, a big brother, like once he's got it, he's got the stuff.
Baby.
Armand's got the stuff.
Armand has next.
He's got the stuff.
And as two gay black men
got the stuff.
In this business who are successful, I agree with that. I think
he's definitely got it.
He has it. He has it.
He's just got to grow up.
He's very talented. Have you, well, let me go backwards. Has he ever just reached out to you for advice or?
No. So he interviewed, so we met once because he interviewed me once he came down to Miami. And so that's kind of how we fostered our relationship. And then when the Fox Soul situation came out, when he was in the running, like we definitely did have several conversations. And I just, was like, do this, do that. You should ask for this. You shouldn't ask for that. Here is the lay of the land type of thing. And I definitely, I will say this. I feel like in that situation, I did for him what I would want someone to do for me at a job. Like I was like, here is the official handbook on how to do the job, and then here is the unofficial handbook. Here is all the backstory. Stay away from this bitch. Don't talk to this one. Watch what you say in front of this one. Ask for this, ask for that. Don't do this, don't do like. I literally gave him all of my experience. I poured into him because I would want somebody to do that for me. You know what I'm saying? So that has been our relationship. We're not like super close and we don't talk on the phone, but I would do that for anybody that was coming in behind me. When I made my departure, I wanted that show to succeed. I did. I just didn't want to work there no more, but I wanted the show to succeed. And I knew that they needed somebody. I knew that they were going to try to mimic my energy. I knew that for a fact. But they couldn't, so don't even waste your time trying, but they needed somebody.
And what I didn't know was that T.S. Madison was one of the candidates for taking Funky's place on TGIF.
Her reasons were.
Was Madison asked first before Armand?
Yes, from my understanding, yes. Not from my understanding, yes, she was. Or whatever. And it schedule conflicts and the money wasn't right.
Okay.
So she turned it down.
And this is where I think TGIF had messed up. If they knew they needed a replacement and get their numbers back up, why would money be a problem? Give them what that person needs, because obviously you're going to get the views in their audience to that channel. Like, why would money be a problem? But anyway, he had broke down a possibility of the beef between Claudia and Al.
And just every damn day you came to work, it was fucking something. And it's just like, bitch, we only got to be on this shit for an hour and a half. I'm just not understanding why a motherfucker cannot just read the goddamn topics, come to work, do what we need to do, log the fuck out, and that just be that. You know what I'm saying? Things got personal, people's feelings started getting intertwined. And to be clear, and I'm not speaking out of turn because Claudia spoke about it when she was on your thing. The shit didn't have nothing to do with me. It was a lot of, just me being caught in between her shit, her and Al, whatever the fuck they had going on. And it was dumb. It was dumb to me, okay?
I'm telling y'all, this interview is too good. But anyway, he also talked about Queens of cocktails with the queens, whatever it's called.
Feeling themselves and didn't want to give a bitch their things, okay? You had Queens with Cocktail, which was Vivica Fox, Selena Johnson, Lisa Ray, and Claudia Jordan. Undeniably, all four of those women individually have a much higher profile than I do.
Absolutely.
Undeniably.
Yep.
But collectively, they couldn't even do the numbers that we were over there doing on TGIF. You see what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where your popularity per se ain't got shit to do with what's going on right here. You see what I'm saying? And when I left, the numbers left. Those were my people. So why am I going to just sit here with all of this going on, the contract ain't looking too right, and just continue to let y'all leech off of my damn people when I can just take my people back to where they came from and keep the money? You see what I'm saying?
Now, here's what he had to say about the famous rose Armand gave Al on his birthday, y'all.
When you saw Armand's roast to Al, what was your first thought?
A battery was put in his back. These are my thoughts. Can't prove it. Don't know for a fact. I thought a battery was put in his back. I thought it was deeply personal. I thought it was extremely unprofessional. I thought it was completely I thought it was gross. I thought it was gross. And the reason why I thought it was gross is because obviously in having had work there, a lot of the things that he was saying, he had not even been there long enough to experience or even know what the fuck he was talking about. Okay? And it's just the things that were coming out of his mouth had trappings of somebody gave him this information. He simply had not been there long enough. And going back to our earlier conversation when I was talking about the maturity piece, that's the thing right there. Like I laid out for Armand everything he needed to do to be successful at that show. And in my opinion, he went there and did the complete opposite. And I'm very disappointed in him for it. I am, because I rooted for you. I rooted for you when there were actually people working against you being there. And I informed him that there are people who don't want you there. There are people who are going out of their way to not have you here. Told him who the people were and everything. And then I told him everything he needed to do to be successful there. And you went up there and drank the Kool-Aid and got lost in the sauce and did the complete opposite. And if I'm being honest, was a major contributing factor as far as I can see as to why the shit got canceled.
You think it's his fault?
I don't think it's his fault. Okay. I don't think it's his fault. I think that he was a major contributing factor. That roast was just, in what world do you go to your job and do that? A mature person who was looking at the future of the collective, the show, and the energy of three people who have to get along, a mature person would have never done that. They simply would not have done that. You can't tear up the chemistry. There was no bouncing back from what was said to Al in that roast.
Now that caught me off guard. For Funky to be the king or queens of roasting, I thought that was like, part of the show. Like, this is a roasting birthday thing that they do yearly. And, it's just what it is. If you're sensitive, if the kitchen too hot, stay out of the kitchen. But for him to say that, I was surprised. I was honestly surprised, but at the same time, he makes sense. That's the workplace. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't do that at your job. Here's a clip of Carlos asking Funky, how did he think the fallout between Claudia and Al happened?
I don't know, because I know that they had a long-standing relationship for years prior. Carlos, honestly, I don't know. I honestly do not know. There was an incident, and this is just from me, like, piecing together things from all the blogs and stuff. There was an incident where Claudia got a screenshot of a text message from Al, and in the text message he had said, and I'm only speaking about this because she's made it be known, because I don't want to be in nobody's mess. She got a screenshot from Al where he had said something unfavorable about her to Nene Leakes, okay? And it got back, Claudia saw it, and that at that time had created a big shitstorm, and we got through it. So I thought. And the reason why I say so I thought is because now in present day, a lot of what I'm seeing online is people regurgitating or repeating that Claudia says, Al was talking about her, and that's when shit went wrong. You know what I'm saying? And so I thought we had got over that. I'm guessing maybe we never did. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing.
Listen, I could go on and on about this interview, but if I do, I will post the whole doggone interview on my page. So I advise y'all to go on Carlos King's podcast or YouTube and check it out, because it gives all the tea, all the ins and outs on Funky.Dineva, especially if you're a big fan of Funky, which I am. So I had to check that out, and I had to bring the tea up on my channel because, bits and pieces that people want to see, I wanted to make a clip of it and show y'all. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video. Anyway, have a good day. Bye.
Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Ay, still not